next to some of the northernmost waters of the beautiful Chesapeake Bay. We're at M&T Bank Stadium near Baltimore's Inner Harbor. Clear, sunny skies, we are ready for football. And we're underway from the bank. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Lamar out of the pistol. Headed out right. He's running with it.
All right, we'll call that one a drop. The escapes quarterback does. He avoids taking the sack. He's also denied a gain of any kind.
Second and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And he's brought down for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
13.
Turning to Henry on 3rd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. They're going for this. He ups it deep off his back foot. And it falls incomplete. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a first.
Really?
sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. And off we go from Las Vegas. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Looking to pass, first play is Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Here's Prescott. And the Raiders have got him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He's certainly one of those quarterbacks that can burn you with his mobility, but that time able to hem him in and get him to the ground.
Perfect descriptor right there about how they kept him in the pocket. Excellent job of containment, but they were still able to continue to bring such strong pressure without letting him escape. But how about those guys in the secondary as well? Kept the coverage tight, plastered to the receivers, and left no real options for him to throw it downfield.
Prescott from the gun on third. He's got his target. That's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
He's across midfield. He's got room at the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. To the air again, Prescott. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Well, Prescott is going to change things up here. Second and 6. Oh, and that is incomplete. That is 1st incompletion after a 4-for-4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Prescott to throw it. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Throwing, Prescott. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. 73 yards. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistle dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line.
Touchdown.
Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. A running play. It's Dowdle. Oh, fighting off the defender. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And that's complete to Cooks. So the completion good for 7 there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Prescott from the gun. this is going to be intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over.
Baitzilla over here.
With a football at their own 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is
The thing about me, I don't need to play this shit every day to be good.
It could cost them a ball game.
I've got my reps in.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw here, O'Connell. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, O'Connell. Open man right side, Myers. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
They'll run on first down. McCormick. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McCormick. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 82 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
This now a 3rd and 4. And O'Connell now to throw. A dump off for Abdullah. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Throwing, O'Connell. He goes underneath to Abdullah. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now it's O'Connell. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Myers. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
You gonna cover Bowers, bro? Appreciate you.
23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Can't run engage A versus everything, my guy. What's wrong with you?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott.
Ooh!
That is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds.
You ain't got no reads.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now Prescott going to change the play. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this is incomplete.
Hopefully we'll caught it.
3 seconds left.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Kevontae Turpin, as time expires in the first half. And the Cowboys are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. A Three-touchdown ball game. 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. Offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. It's Lowry. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down, McCormick. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
The Raiders again will come to the line and go for 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And a pretty poor kick here. It doesn't make it to the landing zone. And that means they'll move the ball out to the 40-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out.
Elbow in a pig.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged on his man and broke the play up.
Prescott. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. Back to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Kevontae Turpin with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. To the 43, second down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, O'Connell. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Well, they can put him in a number of different places. In line, H-back, put him in the slot. In this case, they put him out wide. Matchup nightmare. Who are you going to send out to cover him? And he picks up a first down with that catch.
They'll run on first down. It's McCormick. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Why would you play man on him? Fucking dumbass. Thank you.
He will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers, 46 yards. And the Raiders are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion no good. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's Prescott.
Yeah, just roll out over there to them pass rushing. From near pass rushes. It's a very smart thing to do.
Now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. big play here will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. In motion, that's Tolbert. Prescott from his end zone on 3rd. That is caught by Lamb. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Why are you taking shots, bro? Dak is not like that. Wow, he left so quick. Just making sure my defense is still intact, fellas. Getting into next season, bro, I'm gonna have a little bit more speed next year too on defense. That's gonna be a plus. But I just want to make sure my style is intact. Offense, I'm gonna have to try to figure out the playbook that's gonna switch to more of a single back and spread. You're not gonna have no I form, so I'm not gonna have my single back bunch ace either. So I gotta find something that works. Gotta have my gadget plays. But sometimes, man, keep it simple, stupid. You know, kiss, touch grass, kiss. You know, keep it simple. Time be like the smallest things you can do to be the most effective. You gotta sit there and buy no damn ebooks. Get a lab session with your boy. And I'll teach you how to keep it simple.
Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going. Off we go from Bates. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. They'll run, and this is Dylan Lowry. And that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's 1st snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense. And boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the pistol, it's O'Connell. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's O'Connell. He's got a man. That's Myers. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
In motion is Myers. O'Connell going to throw on 1st and 10. Looking middle, and he's got Myers.
Receiver just
Yes, maybe it's because we're terrible.
There's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistake of who it is.
And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. O'Connell to throw on 1st down. That's brought in by Myers. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On 1st down, it's O'Connell. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal. He'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Now, O'Connell. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. A tight end in motion now. Throwing on 2nd down. O'Connell. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard. Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
Want to finish this opening drive with 6, so the decision is go for it on 4th and goal. And this will pay off. It is caught. Harris Marshall. Touchdown, Raiders. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
And that's going to be short, not making it to the landing zone. So this means the ball's going to come out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, got it. And the Lions move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. On the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. O'Connell to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them. They want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
To throw is O'Connell. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, like living in these 3rd and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
He'll let this go downfield for Madden. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for a 4th and long will end up in a turnover on down.
Decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
Patrick motioning here. Here's Gibbs. And he will dive into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Patrick motioning here. And that is incomplete. 2-point conversion attempt winds up being unsuccessful. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. First and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They go play action. It's O'Connell. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed way so many times if it's not going to result in positive outcomes. So wouldn't be surprised to see him try to get his backs, his wide receivers, get some other guys involved, and then later in the game, go back to his big tight end.
From the gun, it's O'Connell. He'll let this go downfield from there. Batted away, incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. This one is intercepted by Carlton Davis. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And as he throws there, it's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams.
No, that was a bait.
And the Raiders are going to get the football, and they'll have it just past the 20-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, O'Connell. He completes it to Marshall. And he'll wind up out of bounds past the 45-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Back to throw. Throw on the run is complete. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This is intercepted. And the Lions are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So they're implementing a cover 2 system, and what that means is on the back end, Mike, your 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. They got to cover from the middle of the field all the way to the sideline. So they got to have range, they got to have great instincts, and then when they get a chance to get their hands on the ball, they got to be picks.
1st and 10 now from the 36. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick 1st down.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
Down the field, he's got St. Brown. The Lions call their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Patrick motioning here. A 2nd down throw for Goff. It's caught left side by St. Brown. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Divine Diablo. And he will be out of bounds. No time left on the clock. And that is the final action here in this 1st half. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. 3rd quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Craig Reynolds to return. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you. We'll be back up now to start this drive. Set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Goff hooking up with his tight end, Laporta, and they give the Lions a 1st down.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Goff to throw on 1st down. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he will score. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Goff with the give to Montgomery. And he is not going to get in. Stop on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Marshall is on the move. On 1st and 10, here's O'Connell. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now O'Connell. This one into the hands of Marshall. Get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He gets that complete to his tight end man. And he will throw all the way. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Las Vegas. What a luxury to have in an offense, a tight end who can take it down the field like that and take it the distance. Shades of Greg Olsen back in the day.
Well, I appreciate that, Mike, but I think it's clear by now that we all know what's the most impactful position on offense. It's the tight end. When you have a guy like this who can not only make those difficult catches underneath, but who can get down the field for these big plays, man, you got yourselves a weapon.
And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Goff. Flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Unfortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down. Patrick motioning here. On 2nd down, Goff. That'll be punt. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and there's a time there.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. It is a big play there for the Lions. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
He is in. Tim Patrick. Touchdown, Detroit.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be at a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. First down, it's O'Connell. That's caught by Abdullah. He's taken down just shy of midfield. O'Connell to throw on first down. And for a third time today, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ifantu Melifonwu.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Motioning here. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And a short gain there, down only to the 48. Here's a 2nd and 9. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. They get 25 on that connection. First down, Detroit. Goff. We go right back to Laporta. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Patrick motioning here. On first down, it's Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And now 3rd and goal coming up.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. It is brought in the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
That one backed away and incomplete. Good work there defensively. The try for 2 does not work. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. O'Connell's going to throw on 1st and 10. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. Oh, the quarterback trying to...
They use a mobile quarterback under center. Baby just can't move out like I need him to. I have Geno next year and that Cam Miller guy, so we'll see. But I won't have my playbook, so we'll see. Gotta get used to the playbook. See what they have.
Opened in 2020 and immediately one of the main attractions here on the Las Vegas Strip. Welcome everyone to Allegiant Stadium. Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're off and running in Las Vegas. Brings in the kick at the 9. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. Here's a moving up. They're able to drop it. Offense up to the line fast. This is Henry on 2nd. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Jackson now on 3rd. Escapes the pocket. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to him. He was able to make something out of nothing, and at least move them forward.
4th and 3, drive on the line. They're going for this. He's got it to his running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
1st down throw for Jackson. Trying for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
It's tough to say, Javi.
Now
It's
Tucker
tough to
on
say.
the kickoff.
He doesn't have any eye for him.
Turning it from the 4. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return.
Like heavy screens, orbit motions. RPOs.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the long
a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
They've got first down from the 31. Ritter to throw. Dumped off to his running back. And he is hit hard shortly after that catch. Great job hanging on to that, but only a small gain on that play.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. One of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion or a premium in this league. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. He gets it out left, and it's gone. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They've got fourth down, so we should see the punt team on to send it away. Another throw for O'Connell. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset as they turned over in their end of the field.
And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Running once more with Henry. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. Another run for Henry. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Managed 6 on the play, bringing up second and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On second down, here's Henry again. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. All plays on the table here for third and 3. Henry's going to try to pick it up. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Dose of the hurry-up offense here. Fourth down, here's Jackson. He finds him beyond the marker. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
He's so close to get off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. Now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet. But if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front. And
he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens will add to touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call you right up the middle. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Tre'Davious White there on the stop.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side.
No PI?
Complete with just 2 seconds remaining.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. He's trying another one deep. Big gain downfield. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Look at this, the wideout gets it to start this drive. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 36. He's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
1st and 10. Here's O'Connell. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. He's got a gain of 6 there. Giving that tackle to Kyle Van Noy. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They're in 13 on that play. And that's a Vegas 1st down. They've got a man in motion. On 1st down, O'Connell. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And he takes this one down to the 10 before getting that sideline. That one gains 7. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Again, this is White. the counter with White. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Raiders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
How about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Needed a little more to reach the landing zone, so give them the ball at the 40-yard line. And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. Slated downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, Henry. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They send a receiver in motion right. And he's going to be across midfield, close to the 45 before going out. A 5-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. New set of downs for him from the 46. Get to Henry on the inside handoff. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
From the 43, Andrews with the catch. Keeps himself upright. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens stretch it to a 2-score game in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. Jackson's throwing for it. He's on the move. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell to the air. Got a man, Bowers has it. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Vegas first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Throwing left side, Bowers has it. He takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 48. It's his running back. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Down a couple of scores, but still some time left and 3 timeouts as well. It's 1st and 10. Off the play action, O'Connell. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down. O'Connell here from the gun. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. Throwing now. Try and push it deep downfield. A disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And now they're staring at 4th and long. To throw. He connects downfield on 4. And he's out a yard or two shy of the 15. One of their best play calls of this game, Brock. Nets him 17 yards on 4th down and gets them the first. From the red zone now. Chased down to his right. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing it. Unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. The line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
They are throwing it again. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens get it back.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Stadium. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing
I got to clean some of this stuff up.
At the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. O'Connell to throw right away. Throw left side complete. That's Myers. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down.
And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Here's O'Connell looking to throw it.
Too much mustard on.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
O'Connell from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. the shotgun. O'Connell.
McCormick.
Inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Keep sending that decoy route, take his user out of the play.
O'Connell looking to throw yet again.
Still couldn't cover him. You ass.
Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
And he will get in to make it 8-0. So what do you make of that? You go on the road, you score the opening drive touchdown, opt to go for 2, and all of a sudden they're up 8-zip.
Yeah, this wasn't a decision that they made.
There's gonna be some new routes that y'all gonna have fun with next year. I'll say that. Like the hot routes are different.
Let's show them that we feel like we're superior. Go for 2 and really put the pressure on them.
We're gonna have a return. The zigs are back. You're gonna have a post stop route instead of the dig route.
And the way that you coach these things,
Speed outs have to be ran from the slot and be running from the outside no more.
Because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Annoyed they took flats out.
Diablo there to make the stop.
And give him a lot of
I mean, you got zig routes, too. I mean, yeah, but you're running back to run flat routes.
You know it's going to be a stacked defensive front, and to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win.
You can just run like an out route as a flat.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what second down brings. Henry again on second down. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try to run for the first with him, and he is going to have
Man,
the
guys
first
like
down as he's up to his own 13-yard
fucking
line.
auto execution.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Big conversion. They were backed up deep to start the drive, able to pick up the first.
So the goal is at least a first down here, right? Pick up a first down, give yourself some breathing room, and if you have to punt after that, maybe you've helped with field position and you've helped out your defense.
That avoided a 3-and-out on their opening drive. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson. He's got
Really
it.
easy.
Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 37 yards. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going long here for Wallace.
Defend, baby.
A sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, O'Connell. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that 1st down pickup.
Here we go, set. Black ultra, red, yellow, blacker, six. Ready.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Steps away to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
He's got a man. That's Marshall. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A 3-yard gain and enough for the 1st down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
8-0 our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Two 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now they'll audible to something else.
19 tight, 19 tight. 79 Bronco.
And O'Connell now to throw. Short throw caught by Bowers. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. O'Connell. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Here's Jackson. This will go to Henry out wide. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Raiders are going to take over here up near the 40.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. To throw here, O'Connell. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
2nd and 10. Now O'Connell. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's O'Connell. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the 1st half. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
To the air again with O'Connell. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, O'Connell. That's caught by Myers. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Jacoby Myers as the 1st half is winding down. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. They'll try and run it here. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. That is caught with Sean Bateman. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Throwing is Jackson. He sets to fire deep. For the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now it's Jackson. Complete. It's Henry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
That's caught. It's Flowers. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Jackson now. Touchdown! Zay Flowers from 19 yards away. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
I know he not timing what he losing.
Away following the touchdown.
Really?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Humble yourself, kid.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll try the left side. McCormick.
Oh, it's one of the weak spots, man.
Just
Defense.
short of the
It's crazy.
45 at the 44. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Now 2nd and 3. Now they'll change things up. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McCormick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
That was a handoff. 28. It's gone.
Defensively, they rallied the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Here's Jackson to throw.
That's a dive enemy.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 46 yards. And the Ravens have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Jacorian Bennett has it. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
I'm ready to cheat now.
Dafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. You could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line.
Thanks for playing that defense. Appreciate it.
And put him on the deck.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Here's O'Connell.
And you come right back out and do man again, bro. You're a dumbass. Just got quit playing man. You don't come out and play man again. That's crazy.
About trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into its shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup.
All right, y'all got to block that.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Red, cycle. Go.
Back to throw. Ritter. He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete.
He man all these routes up, my guy. That's why you just lost.
A little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it third and long.
Real quick. Black shot.
Ritter looking to throw it here. They'll roll him out right. That's complete into the hands of Myers. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here.
What? I'm going to go for it.
Use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Throwing. O'Connell.
Well, you got 15 seconds. And you're on the 20.
Trying on fourth down, but to no avail. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. This is 1st and 10. Jackson to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
They took a big shot, just trying to get within sight of field goal range. But that was not to be, and now the task gets more difficult because you're looking at maybe 2 more plays here to give your kicker a chance.
Here's 2nd down. Jackson.
Yeah, timeout. Appreciate you. Last play.
A costly sack. They'll have to use a timeout here. And barring a defensive penalty, they'll be looking at one final play. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. We're going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it. Now Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side.
Did that on purpose.
Get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He's going to let it fly.
Shit out of here.
And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Charles, in these lower scoring games, you know it better than anybody. Points are at such a premium, but taking care of the...
Like I said, on the contrary, next year you're going to have some new routes you cannot route. It's going to be some that you're not going to have no more, but there's going to be some, bro, that's going to change how you're going to have to play. Especially defensively, because the return route, it's a hot route now. And everybody has access to it. You think it's bad enough right now where people have it in their playbooks, imagine they just putting outside receivers in return routes, slot receivers in return routes, throwing zigs underneath it, bro. Shit gonna be hectic. Now in the beta, the pass protection on the edges was not very good. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. So I guess it kind of offsets where they just don't have all day to sit there and make that read. But it is, an option in the game now. You can do custom fade smashes now. Like the fade routes that you see in the fucking, hold up. Let's go to practice. Like those little smash concepts, bro, like you can create them now. Like, and you can do it with the number 3 receiver running the fade instead of, because any slot can run it. So if you're running trips, you can run that fade route with the 3 inside, which makes it even deadlier. I was killing people with that shit in the beta. Because a lot of people, they're shifting to like cover 2 and stuff. Because they don't know how to defend those return routes. But unfortunately, the playbook, man, it's like really shotgun oriented. It's like heavy shotgun. You got the deuce close. They upgraded the deuce close that I run a little bit, but that's pretty much all you got, man. The rest of it is like, it's ass. So I don't know what I'm gonna do in turns. I mean, I'm gonna try to balance it out, but you'll see how it goes. You'll be able to do that fade smash from like any. Like that over pivot, bro. Like imagine you put any receiver in that or tight end, it don't matter. You just be sitting there running return routes all day. So then you can kind of be like, okay, well, let me do it like this. And then you have the running back has all access to all his routes too, so. You're gonna have a lot of those return routes being used, so you don't have to play half people covering those underneath seams to defend it. Man coverage, I will say, bro. Man coverage was a lot better in the beta. I'm not sure it's because like some of the stuff that I used to beat like 2-man under and shit was kind of ripped out of the playbook. So I don't know if they just did it like that or whatnot, but I did struggle against man coverage in the beta, unfortunately. But, I learned lessons. It wasn't even bad, bro. Like, man coverage defense was actually good in the beta. Like, you could run those bum defenses and actually stop people. Like, people that were sitting there running 2-man under, bro, like, that shit was bagging. I couldn't get a route over it or nothing. And shit was just, like, you can, like, basically adjust to have one step ahead now. It's like another little thing that they added to the game, where you can commit to where the ball, like what route people are in, and basically jump in front of it. But on the contrary, they did take my advice. They did nerf abilities, so it's not going to be like we would hope, not an ability-driven game. But you know, time will tell. But off the rip, I'm probably going to be using the backup Cam Ward as my starter. That's just me. You know, like Gino, I have him. You know, if I get like in a sweatbox match, I'll have me a more accurate quarterback. But I want to play with the future. You know, I've seen the receivers that we got. We got 6'5" receiver. The only thing about the beta is they like never get the rookie rating, or the ratings aren't right. So it was kind of not Cam Ward, but Cam Miller. But they don't get the rookie ratings right, or none of the ratings are correct in the beta. So it was really tough for me to test anything with this team, because I think in the beta, my entire offensive line was like rated 60 something, bro. Like, they had Jackson Powers rookie rating, like went out the box rookie rating. They didn't have him at better. Like, my best lineman was Colton Miller, and everybody else was just ass. And then, like, you switch game modes, and then their ratings would change. So you wouldn't know, like, in a game, Genty was fast as fuck. McCormick was fast as fuck, but you go in practice mode, and they were slow. You know, so it was like, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do roster-wise, so really couldn't do anything. It was more of just a gameplay test, you know, and it's tough to test gameplay when your entire roster is, like, rated, like, low, you know. So it's like, I played what I could, got a few things out of it. Screens were good, like, very, very good. Like, you could run jailbreak screens and actually have success. Like, they develop pretty fast. Your linemen kick out to block real fast. Like, they don't drag to get to the point of attack. Like, they literally, as soon as you call like a trap run or power run, whoever your pulling lineman is, like, they get out in space before you get the handoff. Like, it doesn't matter what their speed is. Like, they got the fuck out in space and was ready to lead block for you. So that was like a change that I did like. So you would expect, you know, a lot of people kind of shifting to run the ball like that a little bit more. And it was like another thing that I noticed was the like, you have the ability to adjust to ignore like a user. Like, if they're trying to do like those little, you know, fake blitzes or something. Now, I wouldn't come out the game and immediately start doing that. I'd wait to see how your opponent's playing first before you kind of utilize that feature, because last thing you want to do is get into a game and just start using new features and not know what your opponent is doing. You don't want to put yourself in that boat where you guess wrong and, you know, all hell breaks loose. But RPOs are like everywhere. Like, the playbook the Raiders had was like a college playbook. I mean, there was no I form. You had a bunch of RPOs, like the little tight end RPO meta that was in college. You got a bunch of that. You got the orbit motions, the auto motions. So, I mean, they did change that. Like, the playbook's not completely basic, but I do feel like they gutted the offensive playbooks. Like, I don't feel like they're as stacked as they used to be. Again, like I said, it is a beta, so you can only go by so much. I mean, but based on what I've seen, I feel like the playbooks on the offensive side was gutted to where it kind of gives you a chance on defense to compete with everything, but at the end of the day, you know, you're still going to have people running stupid-ass customs, you know, so it's like, Hopefully they do what they did at the beginning of the year on this one, where they basically had customs completely out of the game. That would be nice, because, I mean, MUT, you don't have customs. So why would you allow customs in Rex? And just like take that shit out of the game completely, and then just ball up. That's just where I feel on that. Again, abilities aren't 100% effective. Like, you're not gonna go in there with a quarterback with trust and just never fumble. It's 50% effective. It's not gonna be God mode like once you get highlighted or something. Pass rush abilities aren't going to be God mode. It's 50% chance. Like abilities, like interceptions, 50%. It's not like you're just going to magically just touch everything and then, it'd be GG's. You're not going to get that. I do feel like the Raiders are going to be faster next year. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, potentially, yeah, the Ravens might have the best secondary, but the Raiders, they're going to have the speed to run with anybody that wants to sit out there and run fucking, deep one-play touchdowns and stuff. I don't think people are going to try to run one-play touchdowns on fucking 96 speed cornerbacks everywhere. It's just not happening. Again, like I said, you're waiting for those ratings to come out, see how they put the box out there. But you already know that you're going to have DJ and what we're going to have. We're going to have Bennett and I want y'all to understand what we're gonna have. Okay, you get rid of Jack Jones, that's fine, but you're still gonna have the Cameron and Bennett. So that those two off the rip. It's 96, 94, right? We got another guy that ran a 4.3. All right, so he's basically gonna replace Hobbs. So that's gonna be 3 corners easily over 94 speed that I can say. Off the rip, and they're not small guys. Like Jack Jones, he's small, 5'11", 175. The new guy, they're tall, lanky corners. I'm going to have 6'2" corners damn near everywhere, or 6-foot corners everywhere with speed, So that's something to kind of, pick up on as well. We're also going to have, I'm going to kind of get out of here and just kind of go through some of the players that are already in game. We'll kind of move around from there. The only question mark I have is we lost Chason. That was like the only question mark I'm going to have in terms of the defense on the pass rush. But I don't know. There's supposed to be a guy that was on the Panthers. I don't know if he's still there. I think I probably got him listed as a corner. Okay, so this will be one guy that you have. That's a 92 speed. We got him listed as a safety in the fake. So that's 92 speed. Boom, immediately. 6'2", 213, 92 speed. All right. I'm going to use him as a safety. He's got a 90 jump. Tackle could use some work, but it don't matter because he's just going to be the man in the middle of the field. All right, decent man, zone, 77 press, not bad for, safety can come down in the box. We need him to. So that's the first guy that we got that you're going to have to worry about, middle of the field. Then A lot of people, they quiet, bro. There's another guy that we got right here by the name of Jeremy Chin. So it's another 92 speed safety that we got. This guy, we got a little bit of hit on him. Kind of reminds me of Abram, but with a little bit more pop, you know, a little bit more reactive and instinct. Got pretty good awareness. Think he'll be a good upgrade for us. He's a little bit more mobile than Merrick was listed at as well, but 92 jump, pretty solid. So that safety room definitely going to be pretty tough to kind of hang with next year. So that 2 solid safeties, drafted 2 rookie corners. Like I said, they're not going to have those ratings until, you know, probably the week before the game drops. We'll kind of see where we're at as far as the rookies go. But this secondary, I'm telling you, is going to be fast. All right? No speed recently in recent Maddens hasn't been necessarily what we, you know, used to have back on the PS2 days. But, you know, being able to run with people stride for stride, you know, make them actually have to try to beat you is going to be damn near worthwhile. I think really in terms of free agency, that's really the only the big things. But let me go look real quick. Still got Darnay Holmes, but I doubt he makes the team. We got these rookies like you got John Humphrey, 6'2", 193. Darian Porter, 6'2", 195. Rookie we drafted. We got Eric Stokes. That's another guy. See, we got so many fast corners, I even forgot about him. Okay. Now you come back over here. I already shown you what we already had. Now we got a 95 speed corner on top of that. 6 foot, 194. I'm telling you, the Raiders gonna have some fast ass corners. It's like the only question mark I'm having is with the pass rush. You took Chason away, and he was a big part of, you know, me getting after the quarterback. But we'll kind of figure something out as the game goes. The interior probably got to upgrade. Just a matter of who makes the team. And who will keep. Other than that, Mari Gaynor is probably going to have to be that dude on defense. I need a linebacker. And Gaynor is probably going to have to step up as my substitution guy. They got a lot of other guys that might make the practice squad. You know, we picked up Jermaine Pratt. We got a Landon Roberts and Jalen Smith and Devin White. So, I mean, we got some veterans on the roster. I'm curious about Cam Miller as my quarterback. Got Genty, Lobby, McCormick, Mostert, Zamir White. Full running back room. Probably might make an upgrade or a change in there somewhere. Hopefully Isaiah pull him out since he's a starter. Maybe he'll get some upgrades this year. Maybe he'll play like he does in Mutt. Like he always gets good Mutt cards, bro. It's like once they come out with that shit, bro, like dude gets good Mutt cards. Yeah, that's about it. Y'all better watch out for that boy Deontay Thornton. I'm going to call that in terms of me playing Madden for the day. Just kind of get a few reps in so I don't be completely rusty, but I will go into practice mode and try to get some concepts together that I've been drawing up so that y'all got a head start when the next one comes out. Show you one concept that I drew up the other day. Y'all might want to use this. Now, when the next Madden comes out, you're going to have more hot routes. So you'll be able to do a little bit more with some of these. So it's like, this is one that I'm working on now. In 26, Marshall, you'll be able to run like a post stop. Like he'll run that post and then he'll sit right there. So if he's in man coverage, you have that option to hit him as soon as he hits that, sits in that soft spot. But this is one that I'm working on. Probably since he's running vertical, I need to shift him to the point. Like that. Get that little check bone. A little simple concept. Get your high, your lows. Probably want to put a receiver to run point vert. So I'm going to take him out or sub him out. You fix them too, where you don't have to. Move him out of the slot. Probably just put better off just putting him in as wide receiver number 3. I don't know if they'll let me do that though. Dialing up those in routes, man. It's gonna be like the staple. You come out, so I'm probably gonna be running a lot of trips next year too. But you'll be able to run like a fade route, hot route. Your slots will be running speed outs. Like you won't be able to run speed outs from the outside no more. You got to run from the slot. However, you can get a speed out on the slot and then motion the outside guy in, so you can get that. But other than that, that's one change that it's probably going to throw a lot of people off. Oh no. Tucker ran that route, so Tucker. I gotta use Tucker. Like, I use him, but I need to use him like as a route runner. How fast? Like, he cuts fast, but he should be able to lose that defender on him. That was like another thing, like corner routes were different too. And everybody can run those slot the route right here, the short cross, everybody can run it now. Hopefully they fix Bauer's route running, bro. They don't get tight end very good route running. Motion right there, and short cross. Wrong. Bang eight, deep dig. Pass rush gonna be like that next year. The line doesn't block the shit. Again, like I said, that was my issue that I had with the game. I didn't really play the beta much after that. It's like, you know, run screens a lot early in the year to kind of mitigate, you know, the pass rush. But that's pretty much it at the end of the day. It's option route, so yeah, but this shock option, you're gonna be able to run this shit custom, which I think that's probably going to be the best thing to beat zone, because this fade route is going to be a hot route now. This route that Bowers is running is going to be a hot route. So now it's a slot hot route, meaning that I can put this guy in that fade. That's what's going to make this deadly. All right, because then you can run, you know, the little hitch with him, and then have that smash fade with Tucker. And then you can run like an in route or return route with Bowers underneath. So if they try to overcommit to it, so on and so forth. Like I said, it's going to be a problem when you get that as a hot route ability. So it's just something to kind of pay attention to. That route right there, it'll cook. You're not going to be able to cover both of them. It's just not happening. Rusty. Good. Probably just put him on the post across the middle. They do it like that. Whoa. That shit used to be my mutt play right now, bro. When I started having to play with other people's playbook, oh, that's all I did. I come around this and you just take your one-on-one. But mutt should be interesting next year because, like, if they're gonna nerf every ability to be a 50% effective, that means Secure Protector might not be on everyone's bucket list to use anymore. You know, so let's say I run him as an out. Mess this entire defense up. There, boom. I didn't like how he cut on that. Next year, you probably run them, like, mesh them together, run like an out route or return route. So I do like an out drag. Gotta stop throwing them low balls. Look at that. Oh my God. I can't wait till next year I'm gonna have a better quarterback. You can't miss the easy stuff. This man to be throwing up buckets. Boom, boom. Oh, and you'll have the gadget player. That's another thing that you'll be able to do. So I come out in this formation, instead of me having a halfback out here, I can have a gadget receiver. You know, like just have like a guy that you want to move around or something. But yeah, I'm gonna have like that rookie receiver as my gadget, so I have someone that can actually run some routes instead of just having a running back or something lined up out wide. So it's just something to kind of keynote on a little bit. I think I've had enough bad years with Aiden that Aiden sucks, I ain't gonna lie. It is what it is with him. Let's start pump faking. Gotta start pump faking when they're not blitzing. Never mind myself to do that. Next year, I'm taking off with Gino. Gino don't be like fumbling that much either. We're gonna swap it up. So if I'm running 5 wide, I don't need a pocket quarterback. Forgot to set up Minshew on this game.
Got it. Hut.
All right. That is another thing.
Ready.
So you not being able to take off when the pocket breaks down.
Ready. Okay, right.
You're gonna have Ritter next year, but we'll have Gino.
Right. Ready.
I hear that boy Cam. Ritter feel like a college quarterback, bro. Like,
Set, ready. Come on, set. Set. Set, go.
sorry I didn't get to use them much this year, fellas. I probably should just play like one game with Ritter. He recovered something. All right, let's do that. And give him one game, man. Just a farewell game for Ritter. Quarterbacks next year are going to be a little nimble too, so got to get used to it. It's going to be a huge upgrade over what Connell is. But it is what it is. But I practice my pocket game with a slow quarterback on purpose, you know. So if I ever find myself in a situation where I got to read defenses, getting the practice in helps. Ain't that right, Kitty?
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in
This
Philadelphia, PA.
is Deuce. And if you look at him, who does he look like? I've been watching this channel long enough, bro. He look exactly like him. Only thing is difference is he's a short hair, not a long hair. Look just like fucking Chance did.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott.
I had to get him, bro. And then he kind of he meows like he's fat, like fat. Used to have that little chirp when he meow. He does that sometimes. And then he always follows me around like Shadow. So strange world we live in, right? It's like a culmination of all the cats that I've had.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Here we go, set. Set.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
Yo, P.I., thank you. Thank you.
Flag coming in late. That might be P.I. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
Fucking talking outside my ass. Calling these flags, man. I don't know what I'm talking about.
They make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there.
Bro.
Nickel set.
How about to get sticky all over his stick dive? It's just like, oh, I hit the hezzy and then it said controller disconnect. I was like, no.
Not at all. I still remember being in school and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield.
Do it to him like that.
Good run there. 42 yards rushing for him now to this. success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Ritter.
Oh!
Left side, there's Mayer. And he is in.
Make him look it one way and we throw it the other way.
Michael Mayer.
Gotta love it.
22-yard touchdown ground. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside. They give him the ball pretty quickly. They trust him to get those extra yards. And boy,
I like that bubble on the outside. You can't play man on it.
After the nice catch.
And what a way to cap off the opening touchdown drive. You go for 2, and you get it.
Remember when the PAT or the extra point was a gimme, right? Not plus 99%. It's not that way anymore, so more people are willing to take a chance, go for 2, and take the kicker a little bit out of the game.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Good. Miami.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flushed out right.
I don't miss that from Chase on this shit.
He threw it there, and that one winds up.
See, we got someone else, man. Next man up, though.
He
All right.
pushed it downfield on that throw, but I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time
Gonna be a
for his first carry
Patriot.
of the
Patriots
game.
are like low-key gonna be good next year.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Great.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
73.
Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Bro got no reads, bro. He just got built out.
Throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely and pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's Hurts to throw. These guys running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Saquon gotta be better than this.
Jahan Dotson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles are back within a couple of the lead. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2.
Hey, 73, 70.
They'll try and throw for it. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Waiting on that shit. Knew it was
It's
coming.
interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass. Picked it
Predictable.
off. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. DJ Turner now to return it. Set to return it. Here's Turner. Sheds off the tackle. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And Franklin's just about...
Second down and 4.
Ready.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's McCormick. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack.
When they start playing covers in there.
Man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Let's go.
Ritter now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Ready.
Ritter to throw it. Flush to his right. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
Black ultra. Ready.
Going for it on 4th down, it's Ritter. And he is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Ready.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Here's Ritter. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they tried to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, here's Ritter. Over the middle, complete. It's Myers. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Here we go. Ready.
Get them every time they play man coverage, bro.
And the Raiders will extend
Never
their
fails.
lead in the final minute of the half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free. And his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for Dodson.
GG's.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter.
3 shots on Barkley, we'll take it.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the 3rd quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one and set up to be a very entertaining second half.
Jones should not be in and out range by no damn tight end.
Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Eagles offense staying out there. Of course, Hurts always a threat to run. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Ritter back to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Let's go. Hut.
They'll try the left side. McCormick. He's got it to the 43 here.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hey, let's read. Right.
Ritter now looking to throw it this time. He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 3rd down, it's McCormick. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th.
Go now.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Back to throw, Ritter. Pass complete right side to Bowers. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. On first down, McCormick. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Here we go.
Zach Bond there on the tackle. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Here comes 2nd down. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. They'll keep it on the ground. It's McCormick. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game.
A gain yard. Come on now.
The fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. On 3rd down, McCormick. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5. Ritter. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. And the Raiders are going
Thanks for playing, man. Appreciate it.
Try to finish off this drive
GG's.
6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Here's White.
Yeah, timeout. Thank you.
Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Once again, it's White. They'll get this halfway home from
on
a gain of 4.
Hey, you should have took your extra point instead of going for 2. Hey, goodbye. Hey, goodbye. Hey, goodbye.
He's a little too aggressive there from his Mike linebacker spot.
He mad, bro. Should have took your extra point instead of going for 2, buddy. Understand clock management, friend. Clock management. Now imagine having damn near the same stats as a fucking 69 overall quarterback with Jalen Hurts. Imagine, right?
Trying to draw them off sides. This time he tricked himself.
This crowd doing all they can.
Ritter out here getting secured wins, man. I'm telling you. Now I'll tell you something else about Geno that you don't know too much about. Like, in fact, you know what? Let me go ahead and get used to him. I don't know what offense I'm going to run. I'm just going to run what I'm used to for this one, but I ain't going to change up too much. Go and get ready for the Geno era. I know I said I'm going to be using Cam Miller, but there were some things that I liked in the beta about Geno. Boy, I can break some sacks against DBs.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City.
Worry too much about anything. If I just find something that I absolutely need, I'll just sub it.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Arrowhead. And this opening kickoff will not even reach the landing zone. It hits short of the 20, so that's going to move the ball out to the 40-yard line.
Yellow! Yellow, yellow! Attack, attack!
Mahomes going to throw. Oh, he's going to air it out right away.
I mean, he overthrew that, though.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
Now Mahomes.
Oh, I wish the motherfucker would try to run that bench pivot on me. You gonna throw it the other way?
Incomplete passes bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Hey, Ripley, come back! Attack! Hey, 57! Hero 15!
Throwing now is Mahomes.
Hey, Seahawks.
Defense gets to him and they bring him down. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone.
That bunch shit ain't it, bro. Get out of that shit.
Said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Hey, go. Hey, Ripley. Yellow. Hey, 57 color. 57.
Flipping your play don't work, man. There's a thing called hot routes. That bunch shit ain't it, bro. It's too easy to defend, bro. You're not confusing nobody when you flip the play. I just flip my play.
Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that
all right.
See how that one played out. But we know
Gino can do. Gino
going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one, and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
40 up, flip her up. Hey, go flip her up.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he's going to be sacked.
Losing yards, you good.
Right at the midfield stripe. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And some space to move right away as he's all the way up to the 30. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Gino down to throw. Smith and Jigba with a grab. Fighting through it, he's got space.
Jackson Nickel?
Inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Like that.
That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now,
Oh, Bobo.
it doesn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now to the ground, here's Walker.
Whoop, whoop.
He is in for the Seattle
You gonna stop blitzing me.
Kenneth Walker, a
13-yard
touchdown run. And the Seahawks are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line. Because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks get their big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40.
Come out in that bunch so I can bag you again. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
15. At 57. 15.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Bagged. Come out in that bunch again so I can bag you again.
Seahawk defense. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
6-0 our score after 1.
Never gonna get it.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Never gonna get it, bro. Get out of that bunch.
As he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Get out of it.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 15.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Get out of it. I told you, get out of it. Too easy to bag.
It's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
He's still gonna come out. You're retarded.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Yellow. 15. Right on these two. Right side.
They'll try and throw for it here.
Retard. It's too easy to bag. You still keep coming out in bunch like, oh, he's just a bunch outfit. It's getting back, bro. Get out of it.
It doesn't pay off, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Escaping the pressure right.
Throw away.
And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
Tuesday. 53. No ball.
Now Gino. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Play action. It's Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Smith.
He does have a fast release.
This one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
43! 43! Hey, 43, 43, 15, 15, 15.
Now here's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 36 yards.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Tackled there by Rayshon Jenkins. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Yellow, yellow.
They go play action. Now Mahomes out to his left. That's caught left side by the tight end Gray. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a toss left for Pacheco. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. They'll run here with Pacheco. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. from inside the 5.
Yellow.
Pacheco will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea.
Oh, stop right there, fellas.
The ball on this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to...
Dude, did your ass hurt from running bunch so much, bro? Dick riding the fuck out of it.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. 1 second, all that remains. The final shot here before break. Smith. That's going to be
That thing, you got to get over that.
incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Third quarter begins with a run by Walker. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a 1st down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to
Genty run like this.
over his next few plays.
41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Gino. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's going to be knocked down.
I ain't listen too much, bro. It does not faze me at all.
Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Back to throw, Smith. Flush to his right. He hits his target, Lockett. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one goes for 30
Gino just throwing that bitch to the side like, yeah, I got his.
Sooner or later, someone was going to come up with
Block
that
it over there
one
playing
play.
tough.
Neither team has really done a whole lot offensively, but here's one that pays off to the tune of big yardage, and it's one that could maybe get this group in gear.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Now Smith. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up. Couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner?
No way! Who is that? Lock it!
3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Now Smith on 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. They shakes him off.
Watch it throw it away.
But that's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Here we go on 4th. Smith.
There we go, laser pointer.
Caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Seahawks are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and
You got DK Metcalf, you throwing the ball, right? It's like the same as on the when I'm playing Raiders. You got Brock Bowers, you throwing the ball. Give it to your best player.
You've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field.
Here's Myers now to kick it away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Comfortable back, y'all.
We've seen this quite
Like I like.
in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Good play, good play.
Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. Look at the big fella go. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey, 60 yards. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, and with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. There on the stop was Leo Chanel. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game, 1st and 10 here. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Throwing now, Smith. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now
Gino out here just dropping 9, bro.
in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Trying the left side with Walker. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Walker. Going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Now a second timeout called for by the
timeout from me.
as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Walker with another carry. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout. So as they
call a timeout right there.
We'll step aside.
It's over.
They'll try and run Walker. And this one
He
will
had a
out
good
with him
piece.
losing.
The boy had a 36% completion rate with Mahomes, bro. At home. Gino was alright. You know, he was able to scramble for a few yards when I needed him. He had a few good passes. See how next year goes. So, appreciate y'all tuning in.